Mr. Gaurav Sharma. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Gaurav Sharma from BSES Yamuna Power Limited. I basically take care of engineering and smart grid in the organization, and would just like to give you a brief overview of what BYPL does and who we are. So BYPL basically is a very successful public-private partnership model in which Reliance Infrastructure and Government of Delhi have a stake in the ratio of 51:49 each. And the key parameters of BYPL system are listed in the slide. We have a distribution area of around 200 square kilometers, which is spread across east and central Delhi. And we have around 1.7 million consumers in this area. The peak demand of our system is 1561 megawatt with a per capita consumption of 4,000 kilowatt hour per annum. So our present distribution loss is 9.5%, and the reliability index which we meet today is around 99.9%. So just to tell you about the journey of BYPL's loss reduction, BYPL took over the distribution of east and central part of Delhi in the year 2002 from the government of Delhi, and the opening loss of BYPL at that point was 63.1%, which was almost double of the national average. And if you see, there has been a very steep reduction in the AT&C loss from 63.1% to 9.47% today, which is a AT&C loss reduction of almost 54%, and it is unparalleled in India. So while we started at a opening loss level of double the national average, today we stand at a AT&C loss level which is almost 14% lower than the national average. So next is how BYPL has actually achieved this feat. Basically BYPL's journey of transformation. So as soon as BYPL took over the reins of power distribution in Delhi, the conventional electromechanical meters were replaced with electronic meters, and BYPL was the first utility to achieve 100% electronic downloading in India. And today we maintain a electronic download of 99.5%. Then we went ahead and we metered our distribution transformers to arrest the losses. We improved our energy audit systems. Subsequently, we incorporated automated meter reading for our key consumers in the year 2007. Then we rolled out a network-wide SCADA implementation plan with ABB, which was completed in the year 2007. Subsequently, we mapped all our assets on GIS, and we implemented an intelligent outage management system, which is basically a homegrown outage management system. It was implemented in the year 2015. So we have complete breakdown data available on the system, so that everybody can readily use it to dispense the information to the consumer for workforce management, etc. Then subsequently BYPL became the first utility to install rooftop solar in the year 2015. Again, in the year 2016, BYPL was the first utility to install distribution automation project in Delhi. This was a project which consisted of 60 substations, and it is running successfully. Presently, we have our tender of smart meters, which is in the market, and we plan to close this tender for 4.75 lakh smart meter rollout by the end of this month. Coming to microgrids, we have already done 4 pilots of microgrid for BYPL offices in which we have captive rooftop solars and lithium-ion battery banks. So that's on the microgrid side. Also, we are looking forward to larger energy storage rollouts. So our tender for rollout of energy storage for 1 megawatt-hour battery is already out. And in the mobility and EV space also, BYPL has always led from the front. BYPL actually was the first utility in 2011 to install 34 EV charging stations, but actually at that point, there are not that much number of EVs in Delhi. So we were much ahead of time. So now actually we have installed 3 fast chargers again in BYPL's office at corporate office at Katkaduma. And we are also in talks with other EV companies to expand that. So that's the BYPL journey for your review. And presently also we are focusing on a lot of new technologies for pilot projects, which include artificial intelligence, which I think is a very, very important technology, which is not being used as widely in the power system as it should be, because comparing to other areas, comparing it with other areas, like if we compare it with aviation, if we compare artificial intelligence level of aviation, I think aviation industry is far ahead of us, because if you see the modern aircrafts, 90% of the time the aircraft is being flown on autopilot, which is a very, very critical, critical application. And I don't think we have been able to use artificial intelligence to that level in the power system. So I think we need to leverage artificial intelligence much more in our day-to-day applications. Second area which we are looking at is obviously energy storage, which will play a key role because as the penetration of renewable energy increases, as we all know, renewable energy is intermittent in nature. So I think energy storage will be required to balance the grid. Third one is EVs. For EV already, Government of India has a roadmap to convert almost 30% of the Indian vehicles to EVs by 2030. So BYPL wants to be part of that journey. Hybrid and microgrid, already I told you that we are working on 4 pilots and we would like to expand our portfolio. Next pilot which we are looking at is digital substations. Actually currently all the signals from instrument transformers and all the sensors are coming through copper wires. So BYPL is working on a system in which all these signals from the current transformers, voltage transformers and grid sensors will come through optical fibers rather than copper cables. So we are in talk with a couple of multinationals in this regard. Next is substation health monitoring. In substation health monitoring, we have already covered around 20 substations in which we are monitoring the distribution transformers oil level and also the palm temperature, LV current, oil temperature. So we are monitoring a lot of DT parameters and we again want to expand this. Smart metering tender is already out, as I told you, and the next area of collaboration can be smart grid or IoT test labs. So that's about BYPL's focus areas presently, and I would like to say that BYPL is very eager to collaborate with the EU to build a sustainable solutions for the future. Thank you.